What is up everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we're looking ahead already to game week 18. Welcome back everyone, game week 17 is in full flow, day one done. Today it is already time to have a look at the next game week 18, and today we're back with my usual video, game week 18 transfer plans. In today's video we'll have a look at my team, how we're lining up for the next game week, any potential transfers I'm lining up, replacements, everything like that. It's been an okay start to the return in life in FPL for me. Arsenal did me well. I had both Martinelli and Saka who both scored. I didn't have Harry Kane and I didn't have Miguel Almiron as well. So a bit of swings and roundabouts in terms of how my team did so far this week. But in terms of next week, this is how my team is lining up. It is a 3-5-2 again, the same lineup as I put out last week. So we've got James in there, we've got Trippier in there, and we've got Cancelo in there. Trippier doing back to his best. If anyone didn't go with Trippier in their team for game week 17, we'll be looking to get him back for sure. James and Cancelo, I'm hoping they both start in their respective game week 17 games. Midfield 5, we've had a goal and an assist from Salah, who's my vice captain this week. Goal from Martinelli and goal from Saka. And Darwin, how on earth Darwin came out of that game with no returns. I am so infuriated. It's great to see him getting so many chances, being so involved. I'd rather that than him just not be involved in the game at all. But the amount of chances he missed, he's definitely a player that I'm considering what I can do. And we've also heard this evening that Liverpool have signed Gakpo as well from PSV, which will play a bit of a doubt into our minds about the minutes I think Darwin has the ability to get. So on Darwin, he is a player that I am considering the future and how long he's likely to stay on my team. It's great that he's getting chances, but if he does continue to miss them, I do think I will have to sell him, and it frees up a lot of money. Looking at the doubles coming up, Darwin out was already a potential transfer that I could make. Downgrading him to potentially upgrade the likes of Mason Mount to a more expensive midfielder, to go to a Manchester City midfielder ahead of their double, for example, or even try and fit Harry Kane in replace of Darwin Nunez. Looking after day one, there are a few forwards that I am looking at. The next few fixtures for Liverpool do still look quite nice, and I do think there's still the ability for them to go and get returns and for Nunez to still get chances. Again, it's just the ability of whether I think he's actually going to get returns and finally capitalise on any of them. He had an expected goal involvement in game week 17 of over 1, so he should have scored at least one attacking return but didn't get anything. In terms of his replacement, we have betting man Ivan Toney. I still just think at some point we're going to get the note that he's banned and is not going to play again. That's my main concern with him. He did score, of course, in game week 17, and I do quite like some of their upcoming fixtures. However, game week 20 and 21, particularly the ones there that I do like his fixtures for. So I don't necessarily think I need to go and buy him straight away. It is those Bournemouth and Leeds fixtures on the horizon that I am eyeing him up for. Mitrovic, of course, is one that has caused us all a lot of pain. None of us really went for him in game week 17 because he was rumoured to not be fit and available for this week. So a lot of us looked elsewhere in our forward lines, particularly a lot of people going to Callum Wilson, of course, was ill, and then Darwin Nunez as well if you had the money in the bank. However, Mitrovic was fit, he was available, he got 2 assists and he scored a goal. He does then have Southampton at home, followed by a double game week. Darwin Nunez to Mitrovic is a transfer that does make a lot of sense. It would add a double game week player into my squad going into game week 19. The only thing with that is after game week 19, they have Newcastle and Tottenham, 2 fixtures I don't really want Mitrovic in my team for. But maybe I need to get rid of that sort of thought that Mitrovic can't perform in big games. He loves goals, he loves assists no matter who he's playing against. And the final one up front is Eddie Nketiah. Now, I do currently already have triple Arsenal, so it would have to involve either selling one of the midfielders, Saka downgrade, because Nketiah is a lot cheaper. I could do that. 6.7 million. Again, he scored in game week 17. Arsenal, first half didn't look that great. They conceded their goal. They conceded the penalty. They created not that many chances, but had a lot of the ball. But second half, they finally capitalised on it. There was a lot of doubt about what they would look like, potentially when there was going to be no Jesus in the side, but Nketiah definitely fit in. And of course, he got that goal as well. The upcoming fixtures are not that great, but if he's 6.7 leading the line for Arsenal, I think he could be a great option if you don't have triple Arsenal in your team already. Of course, Brighton this week and then a few more difficult ones, but they could double in game week 21 with Manchester United and then Everton as well being added in there. So I am looking at Darwin out. I don't necessarily think it will happen this week, but he's a great way to free up money, especially with Gakpo potentially coming to Liverpool now, and then the likes of Jota and Diaz, Firmino returning from injury. It's only going to do negative things for Nunez's minutes. The other transfer I could make is in midfield, and this is not so much because I want to sell any of my players, but more because there's some assets in midfield that I quite like and like the look of buying into my team. Mason Mount's the one that I've got on here because I don't think I'm going to sell Rashford. Doesn't look like I'm going to sell the Arsenal guys anytime soon, but I could do Saka as a downgrade and then, you know, go and upgrade Greenwood all the way and go and get one of those forwards we just spoken about as well. That's a couple of transfers I could also do if I don't want to keep Saka and I do want to keep Mason Mount. It's more about the midfielders that I am potentially looking at. Miguel Almiron, of course, the player that I decided not to go with, and he doesn't go and get his return. It was basically Almiron against Saka and Mount. So at least Saka has actually outscored Almiron so far. Of course, he's a lot more expensive, so it doesn't quite pay off. Hopefully Mount can get something against Bournemouth on Tuesday in the game. Again, recording before all of that. This will be uploaded before that. But I do like what Almiron can offer. He is a great price. He's actually predicted to go up to 5.9 in price tonight. I'm recording after all the matches have taken place, about 11 o'clock at night. So I am predicting that Almiron is going to be 5.9. A couple of nice fixtures in Leeds and Fulham in there, but there are some more difficult ones, and particularly that Arsenal away fixture. So, and no double likely to come for him. So I am 50-50 about whether I really think I need him. The next one, if I don't go and get Mitrovic up front, I could add Andreas, who did hit the post today. Again, they have the double in game week 19 plus a Southampton at home fixture in game week 18, a team that are conceding quite a lot of chances. And the final one is Trossard. Although they have a difficult fixture this week, Arsenal at home, their fixtures going forward are quite nice. They potentially have a double in game week 21. And although they scored 3 goals and Trossard wasn't involved, if they're scoring 3 goals, Trossard is going to have to be involved at some point. And he did actually play up front during the match today as well. So a midfield transfer, downgrade, potentially going to get Mitrovic in is something I'd look at. It would take me on -4 though, but I could roll the transfer this week and then go and get the likes of Mitrovic in for game weeks 19 when he has the double, and downgrade Mount, for example, or downgrade Saka to someone in this list as well. So it is a first transfer plans. It is a week that we all hope that we will roll the transfer in. Still looking at my lineup, I really think that is going to be the case, unless Chelsea and Mason Mount particularly look really poor. If that's the case, then Mount Almiron is a transfer that I would definitely consider doing, and it's probably the #1 transfer on my radar if Mount and Chelsea don't look good enough, and I don't think I want Mount for the double after just one performance. Again, let's see how the rest of the week goes. I'll keep an eye on that Chelsea fixture, but I reckon I'm going to keep Darwin for a week. Let's see how long it takes Gakpo to get into that Liverpool lineup, how long it will take him to be ready to start for them. Midfield transfer is probably where I'm looking Mount particularly. Again, let's see how he lines up. I didn't love him going into this week, but I did want to fancy him as a bit of a punt over the first few weeks. So that's my first transfer plans. If you've got any questions about your team, if you're looking at Callum Wilson replacements, it is probably Mitrovic. If you are got any other questions about your team, your defence, captaincy, anything like that, drop it all in the comment section down below. Thank you all for tuning into my deadline stream if you did, and thank you all so much for 40,000 subscribers. We're going to try and hit 1,000 likes on this video as well, as we turn out videos at late hours of the night to get them ready for the next game week, which of course comes very, very quickly over Christmas. We do not have time to plan our teams for very long. Thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe before you go, and I'll be back again very soon.